All right, welcome to day 3 of Wellness Week. Today, our 12 o'clock topic is going to be physical health. This afternoon at 3 o'clock, we'll be covering mental health to round out our Wellness Week. And we have heard from some excellent presenters this week, varying from business owners and community leaders to our students, which has definitely been some of our favorite presentations is engagement from our students. And so today we're going to continue in that vein with our executive president for our college, Mr. Gabriel Berger. He is serving at our Connect Success location as the campus president, along with his college-wide executive president role. And he is a business office student with plans to transfer to Southeastern to pursue his bachelor's degree. He has done excellent work so far. I've had the opportunity to work closely with him in making sure that we are represented across the state, and he's doing a great job in his role and is engaging tremendously. I also had the opportunity to teach Gabriel in one of my classes a couple of semesters ago, and he is also an excellent student, so I can vouch for that as well. So I'm super excited to hear from him and to see his presentation on today. If you have any questions as Gabriel is presenting, be sure to write them in the chat. I can see your questions as you present them. So at the very end, I will ask any questions that you have typed into the chat. And then also at the end, I'll provide you guys with just a few college updates, that a few things that are coming up here soon. So I will go ahead and turn the floor over to Gabriel at this time. Gabriel, you can go ahead and unmute and share your screen when you're ready.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Dr. Montgomery. I appreciate that. So hello, everyone. My name is Gabriel Berger, as she just introduced me. Today, we will be learning about physical health, and I've titled it Physical Health 101 for college students. I'll go ahead and share my screen now so y'all can see my presentation. Let me open it up in reader view. Okay. So can y'all see okay? Can y'all see the PowerPoint up on the screen? And y'all can hear me okay? All right, good deal. So as I said, the title is Physical Health 101 for college students. So physical health defined, I went ahead and defined what physical health was because there is a distinct difference in physical health from mental health. And physical health is defined by a person's sleep and eating habits, as well as the amount of exercise they get and their oral hygiene. And there's the source where I got the definition if anybody wants to go look it up for themselves. Okay, so in my presentation today, we will be focusing on 3 main points: sleeping habits, eating habits, and exercise. Okay, college students and healthy sleeping habits. Being a college student and getting the proper amount of sleep is like trying to outswim Michael Phelps or dunk on Shaquille O'Neal. It is possible, but very difficult to do. It's important to note that practice and discipline were required for these 2 athletes to develop their skills and achieve greatness over time. The same holds true when developing healthy sleeping habits. Establishing healthy sleeping habits in college will not only lead to better performance throughout your college journey, but it will do wonders for your overall long-term health. I went ahead and found a video that outlines some science of the benefits of healthy sleeping habits and some tips to get better sleep. I will go ahead and play the video now. Can y'all see the video on y'all's end? Okay, let me try sharing the screen.
So Gabriel, if you're doing a video, unshare and reshare. Yep, we can see it now.
Y'all can see it now?
And you may have to make sure that in the settings you're sharing the computer audio also for us to hear it.
Okay, let me know if you can't hear it after I hit play. Can you hear it?
about more than just grammar and spelling.
Can you hear it? Okay,
This
good.
sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard.
Okay.
Today, we're going to talk about the importance of sleeping and the 10 scientific health benefits of sleep. We're also going to finish with some proven sleeping tips that will ensure you get a full night's rest and make sure you get the right amount. Before that, let's talk about the health benefits of sleep. Number 1, not getting enough sleep is linked to fat. Did you know that lack of sleep is one of the largest risk factors in obesity? In a short study on sleep duration, researchers found that adults not getting enough sleep were 55% more likely to be obese. Worse than that, children were actually 89% more likely to be obese when not getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep's association with fat accumulation seems to be for a number of factors, many of which are listed below. Number 2, getting the right amount of sleep improves your hormones. Cortisol, your stress hormone, is lowered with the right amount of sleep. Elevated levels of this hormone over time is associated with poor skin quality, obesity, and a long list of other issues. Better sleep has also been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and raise testosterone levels, which will give you more natural energy. Number 3, good sleep improves the immune system. Another health benefit of sleep is helping you fight off being sick. In a recent study, people who slept less than 7 hours a night are 3 times more likely to develop a cold than those sleeping over 8 hours or more. Number 4, sleeping helps improve learning. In a Swiss university study, 2 groups were introduced to a new language, one group right before bed and one during the daytime. The ones who slept immediately after learning new material learned the language quicker than those in the daytime. So studying before bed seems to be a good idea. Number 5, good sleep lowers the risk of developing depression. In a study of twins, researchers found that bad sleep increased the genetic risk of developing depression. In fact, it has been estimated that 90% of patients with depression also suffer from some form of sleep apnea. Number 6, people who get more sleep naturally eat less. When you don't get enough sleep, the fluctuations of hormones cause greater cravings and worse appetite control. So if you're someone who's trying to lose weight but just can't stay away from the late night snacks, getting in more sleep is something that can probably help. Number 7, sleep helps us empathize with others. Another strange health benefit of sleep is a better understanding of social cues. One study found that those who are sleep deprived lose the ability to properly recognize expressions of anger and happiness in the faces of others. Number 8, sleep improves athletic performance. In a study of basketball players, a better night's rest improved the players' reaction times, speed, and accuracy. Now that we discussed the health benefits of sleep, let's talk about how to get a better night's rest. Here are the 5 sleeping tips everyone needs to know. Sleeping tip number 1, use blackout curtains and duct tape to black out your room. Melatonin, also known as the sleep hormone, is raised when the sun goes down to indicate to our bodies that it's time to rest. The problem is that street lights, outlets, and all sorts of other unnatural lights confuse this hormone and trick it into thinking it's still daytime. Do a complete blackout of your room and you will notice a big difference in both the quality of the sleep you get and the ability to get to sleep. Also, computer screens and phone screens confuse melatonin as well. There are nighttime modes on these devices, but it's always best just not to use them 1 hour before bedtime. Sleeping tip number 2, have a routine. Humans are habitual creatures and creating a systematic routine will improve sleep. Something as simple as brushing your teeth, reading a book for 15 minutes, and immediately going to bed is a habit you can build to make your sleep almost automatic at night. Sleeping tip number 3, use your bed for nothing but sleep and the occasional physical activity. Goes with the habit thing, but the moment you hit the bed, you want the body to recognize that it's time to fall asleep. So try not to work on your bed or spend any time on it when you're not resting. Sleeping tip number 4, use a pillow between or underneath your legs. This will help to maintain the alignment of your back and improve your posture over time. It will also help those of you suffering with lower back pain. There's no perfect way to sleep, but on your back is probably best as it helps maintain the alignment of your neck and spine. Sleeping tip number 5, napping is great. A short 20 to 30 minute nap lowers cortisol levels and is very healthy for the body. So bring back a little bit of your childhood and do a quick cat nap if feeling tired midday. Our last point is that the right amount of time for optimal sleep benefits is 7 to 9 hours per night. No less than 7 and no more than 9 seems to be the perfect amount. Got a topic you want the health nerd to cover? Just put in the comments section.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video there and go ahead and switch my screen back to the PowerPoint. Okay, can y'all see the PowerPoint? Is it back on the screen? Okay, great. All right, I'm just closing the little box where I can see y'all's faces so I can see the PowerPoint. Okay, on to the next component of physical health. It is healthy eating. So now we will look into healthy eating and some of the foods that are healthy and what they contribute to, the benefits they have on the body. So white foods help the immune system, lead to a healthier colon, prevent ulcers, lowers cholesterol, and lead to a healthier heart. Yellow foods lead to a healthier heart, lower cholesterol, lead to healthy joint and tissues, support eyesight, and prevent cancer. Red foods lead to a healthier heart, decrease blood pressure, skin protection, helps cell renewal, and prevents cancer. Purple foods also lead to a healthier heart, healthier blood vessels, helps memory, anti-aging, healthy urinary system. Green foods improve digestion, support eyesight, lead to healthy bones, lead to a healthy immune system, and prevent cancer. So I've provided a short list over here to the right of what kind of foods fall under each of these colored categories. So red foods would consist of things like sliced strawberries, cherries, apple slices with all natural peanut butter or almond butter. Orange and yellow foods consist of pineapple slices, cantaloupe balls, baby carrots with ranch dip. Green foods consist of sugar snap peas, kiwi, celery sticks with peanut butter. Blue and purple foods consist of blueberries, blackberries with low-fat yogurt, dried plums or grapes. And white foods consist of banana slices with peanut butter or roasted cauliflower and pear slices. And the information on this slide I got from this link right here. If y'all want to go check out that information, y'all are more than welcome to. Okay, so I have another video here, and this one is on healthy eating hacks. It's kind of a long video, so I will stop it about halfway through.
Hey guys, welcome back to my 3-part series, The Beginner's Guide to Choosing a Meal.
Okay, is the video showing up on y'all's screen? Okay.
Meal delivery service. It's time to get serious. I'm about to tell you the most.
I always get really excited when I get to share nutrition tips with you guys, and I think you're especially going to love these ones because they're going to help you improve your meal and snack choices and just boost healthy eating and nutrition all around. Now, some of these tips you might have heard of before. Some of them, though, are going to be completely new. At least I hope so. So let's dive in. When I was studying nutrition, this is one of the most common tips that we were taught to share with our clients, and it's that you eat what you see. Now, this works equally well for people who want to gain weight, who want to lose weight, or for people who are just looking to make more wholesome food choices. For example, if you want to eat more fruits, keep it on the counter in clear sight. And instead of just throwing an orange into your bag, which, let's be honest, hardly ever finds its way out, we can instead peel it up or cut it, put it in a container, and put it on our desk to enjoy when hungry. And if we cut them up and put them in front of our partner or kids, it'll also increase the chance that they'll eat it too. If you usually place a bowl of chips on your desk, maybe swapping it out for something like nuts might help. And when you open your pantry and chocolate is the first thing you see, chances are that's what you're going to reach for. So maybe try shifting it to the side or behind some of the dried fruit or trail mix. This isn't to say that that food is forbidden, it just means we're less likely to impulsively reach for it if it's out of sight. And the same thing goes for drinking our fluids, whether it's tea or water. Placing it in front of you while you work or study is going to increase the chances that you'll take periodic sips and stay hydrated throughout the day. Carrots and celery are awesome carrying devices for our favorite dips and sauces, but if you've ever tried to cut them up ahead of time to store in the fridge, you might have noticed that they lose their crunch and sometimes they get this slimy film. So there is a way to avoid that, and it's just to store them in a glass container or jar with some water. It helps the veggies stay crisp and fresh, and they store in the fridge for a longer time. Just change out the water every couple of days or so, and keep in mind that the carrots will keep longer than the celery. Now, I know some people might be worried about cutting up their veggies ahead of time because you feel you might lose some nutrients. Now, there are 3 factors that can cause nutrient loss, and that is heat, oxygen, and light. In this case, there's no exposure to heat or light, just oxygen. And the nutrient that's most easily affected by this is vitamin C and sometimes vitamin E. But what you don't lose are all the other incredible nutrients like fiber, some of the B vitamins, minerals, and many more. So long story short, the benefit of eating pre-cut veggies, even with a little less vitamin C, it far outweighs not eating the veggies at all or reaching for less wholesome, convenient foods instead. This next one is a tip that my mom actually recently taught me. I go through a lot of nut butters, peanut butter and almond butter especially, and as nutrient dense as they already are, there's something we can actually do to pump up the nutrition a little bit more. And how we can do that is with seeds. Seeds offer a unique combination of phytonutrients and antioxidants that have a whole bunch of health benefits. So I take a full jar of peanut butter, I empty out about 1/3 of it, I store that away to enjoy later. And to the large jar, I add a couple spoonfuls of some seeds. And you can use whatever you have on hand. I use sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, coarsely ground flax seeds, chia seeds, lightly toasted sesame seeds, and pumpkin seeds. I then give it a mix and store it in the fridge. You can add it to oatmeal or spread it on toast. It just makes for a colorful and nutrient-packed addition to any meal. And if you can't tolerate nut butters, you can still make the seed mix alone and use it in the same way, like add it to smoothies or parfaits. I feel like it also makes the foods just look so much more vibrant and wholesome. You might have heard of this little hack to fill a few Tupperware containers with the ingredients you need for a smoothie. That way, when you're looking for a morning or afternoon pick-me-up, you just pop it into a blender, no chopping required, add a splash of plant milk or maybe some greens or nut butter to accompany it. It's also an awesome way to use up leftover fruits that are at their peak ripeness. But if you already make smoothies, you might find that you've kind of gotten into this routine of making the same thing over and over again. At least I know that that happens to me. So I have 2 ingredients that I want to recommend. These are nutrient-dense additions to your frosty drink, and trust me, you can't even taste them in there. First up is frozen zucchini, and this is especially great for people who can't tolerate bananas or just don't like the taste of it, because it gives it a similar creaminess but without that banana flavor. And the second one is white beans. These are packed in protein, fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, and again, trust me, you won't even know that they're in there. So if you're looking for a new twist to your smoothies, give these 2 a try. You know how they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away? It's more like something that berries are capable of doing. An apple, for example, has 60 units of antioxidants, whereas a cup of berries offers 650 units. And that's why Robin and I try to have at least a handful of berries each day, either on our oatmeal, on a parfait, in smoothies, or just as a snack. So this little tip is just a reminder to up that berry intake if you can. And I know that berries can be expensive when they're not in season, so in the colder months we opt for frozen berries. And did you know that frozen berries in many cases are more nutrient dense than fresh berries? If you didn't know why, I'll let you know why in the comments below, so feel free to go check that out. But another side kind of tip is if you are lucky enough to have access to berry picking in the summer months wherever you live, load up on that stuff, cut it up and put it in the freezer to enjoy in the fall and winter months. Second to berries, herbs and spices are the food's highest in antioxidants, and that's something I only recently learned in a new book that I was listening to. I'm totally a bookworm. I love and need to learn new things, especially in the realm of nutrition, but when it comes to books, I don't always make the time to sit and read, which is why I've been using Audible for years. It just makes it so easy because you can listen to a book no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. So this book I recently listened to is called How Not to Die by Dr. Berger. It's one of the most comprehensive books on health and nutrition that I've ever listened to. In one section, Dr. Berger, who's a physician, he talks about how we can make healthy foods even more wholesome by just spicing it up. He shares how a bowl of whole wheat pasta with tomato sauce and broccoli, for example, has 150 units of antioxidants, but if we add just 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, that number doubles up to 300. That goes to show how powerful spices can be. Now, I want to thank the amazing folks over at Audible for partnering with us on this video.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video there. So we got some really good information and health hacks from that video. She shared a lot of good ideas that we could try ourselves. Is the PowerPoint back on your screen? Yep. So moving on to the final component of physical health that I discuss, exercise, physical exercise in college students. So according to the American Heart Association, the regular practice of activity or exercise has the following benefits. It boosts your energy level so you can get more done, helps you manage stress and tension, promotes a positive attitude and outlook, helps you fall asleep faster and sleep more soundly, and improves your self-image and self-confidence, which are all great things and necessary in college students. This is the link where I found that information. Feel free to visit it. Next. Okay, so I have 2 more videos here I want to share with y'all. And these are desk stretches and desk exercises. So desk stretches are something you could do in the classroom environment, you know, in the middle of a lecture, as long as you're not disrupting the class, obviously. You can do desk stretches from your desk while sitting down. Desk exercises are something more for whenever you're at home studying and you've been sitting in front of a computer all day and you need to get up and get that exercise in. This is going to be more for that situation. So first we're going to watch the desk stretches video and learn how we can do some stretching in our desk in a classroom environment.
Distance has been on all of our.
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the screen now. Okay, can y'all see that? Can y'all see the video? Great.
Minds lately that we've been too close to some and way too far from others.
Won't let me skip this ad.
It's made it clear
Sorry,
that the
guys.
best memories don't happen miles apart. They happen when we're all together. Vacations closer than you think. Book the home that makes the vacation with Verbo.
Hello, everyone.
I wanted to say also, feel free to get up or sit down, actually, because this is the sit down stretches. Feel free to do these along with the video if y'all would like.
I have something to ask you. Will you add your name to join my campaign? We still have a long way to go if we're going to defeat Donald Trump and the Republicans in November. The stakes have never been higher, and I'm counting on grassroots supporters like you to build our team. So please add your name and join us. We need your support.
Hello, Leon here from backintelligence.com, where we help people manage their back pain from home as well as help them fix their postures. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a stretching and mobility sequence that you can do at your desk, at your office chair without getting up. Ideally, you would be getting up, moving around every 30 minutes or so, but let's say you really cannot get up from your desk and you have to keep working. Well, these stretches don't require you to even get up. So I'm going to break down each one first individually. There's 5 total, so let's just learn them individually first. And then after that, we're going to be showing you a sequence where you can follow with us from home, one after the other. All right, let's get to it. Okay, for the first exercise, just place your arms behind your head, and you're just going to go up and down through your upper back. So you're just getting some mobility in your thoracic spine, which is your upper back. You don't want to arch your low back. You just want to move from the upper back and mid-back area. So try to get those elbows pointed up, but only go through as much motion as you can. And then for the second exercise, you're gonna bring your arms into a W, and then you're gonna press up into a Y, into a letter Y, stretch it out, and then bring it down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then stretch it up again into a Y, getting a nice stretch in your upper back. And then for the third exercise, you're just going to twist. You're gonna place one arm behind the chair, just gonna feel a nice twist in your back. And then once you've done one side, you're gonna switch to the other side. So you can place one arm behind the chair and one on the desk. And again, you're just twisting and holding that position. Now for the next one, we're gonna place your elbows on your desk, and then you're gonna step your feet out and get into this thoracic mobility stretch. Just feel it in your upper back and tricep area. And for the last exercise, you're gonna place your palms down, walk your feet even more, and feel even a bigger stretch now. All right, so now we're gonna start putting these into a sequence. So just follow with us from home. I'm gonna tell you exactly how long you need to do each exercise for. So let's get started. Place your arms behind your head. You're gonna do the seated upper mobility exercise for 3 reps. So these are 3 slow reps. You don't wanna go too fast. Again, you don't wanna arch your low back. That's very important. So you do this 3 times, and then we're gonna be moving on to the next exercise, which is going to be the W and Y. So bring your arms out and stretch up into a Y. Again, you're just bringing it down. That was 1, and we're going to do 5 of these. That's 2. So stretch it out. Try not to shrug your shoulders as you do this one. Stretch your arms up. Feel a stretch in your spine and your upper back, and then squeeze your shoulder blades on the way down. Just trying to move through this motion. Once you're done, you're gonna twist to one side, and you're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. So feel a nice twist in your low back and your upper back as you do this. Just breathe normally. Once you're done one side, you're gonna be moving on to the other side. So right now, switch your hands, grab the other arm behind the chair. Again, you can push away with the other arm to get even an extra twist, and we're holding. Make sure you're breathing. And now we come back to face your desk and place both of your elbows down on your desk. You're gonna roll out with your feet, and just bring your head in between your hands. You can clasp your hands together as well, and just hold it for 20 seconds. You're gonna breathe normally. Make sure you're not arching the low back here. Keep your pelvis tucked in the entire time. All right, and you're just holding this nice stretch in place. After that, just bring your palms on your desk and walk your feet out even more, and you're gonna hold it for another 20 seconds. So this is just a bigger stretch. You should feel it more from your hands all the way down to your hips this time. Again, do not arch your low back. And just holding and breathing nicely. Okay, that's it. Now that you're done, you're just gonna walk up to your desk using your hands. Just come back to face your desk, and you can go back to working. All right, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop that video there. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely needed that. Okay. So now, can y'all see the PowerPoint? Okay, good. I'm about to click on this other link here, which y'all are more than welcome to if y'all are in an area where this is possible. Y'all can get up out of y'all's desk and move around a little bit. Feel free to join along with this also. This is more of an exercise than a stretch. So we did our warm-up stretches. Now we're going into exercising. Okay, let me share the screen for y'all. Y'all see? Awesome. Hopefully we don't have all these ads this time.
Advanced Care's new formula.
Sorry
enriched
about that
with
last
imported
time.
Moisturizers with natural oil leaves underarms feeling healthy and protected, and you more confident and carefree. Effective protection, kind to skin.
Feel free to go along with her. All right. I don't know. That one made me break a sweat. Okay. So thank you all for watching. That is all of the information I have on physical health. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all, does anybody have any questions that I may be able to answer?
All right, guys, if you have any questions at this time, please feel free to put them in the chat and I will ask them. Gabriel, I do see we have one comment from Dr. Leader saying that your presentation was very complete and it covered all areas of physical health. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Leader.
Definitely thank you for presenting things that we can do in the workplace or in class, you know, because that is the current setting we're in. And a lot of times people don't think about keeping their physical health in mind while they're in the workplace, while they're in the classroom setting, while they're on break in between. So thank you so much for pointing that out as well. Any questions, feel free to put them through the chat while we're waiting on a few questions to come through. You guys should see that I sent you all a couple of documents in the chat while the presentation was going on. I'm going to share my screen. Again, you guys continue to comment or ask questions in the chat. Mr. Remy Williams said, thank you, very informative. But I'm going to share my screen really quickly just to go over a couple of items. Okay, you guys should be seeing the Learning Commons flyer. Can you see that? All right, so our Learning Commons has some additional information that will be beneficial to us for our overall health and well-being. If you guys want to go and do some research on your health, you can and look for additional resources. You can go to the Learning Commons. I did include this flyer in the chat if you would like to, utilize those links. We are also having a town hall meeting with our chancellor. That will be next week, October the 8th, from 11:30 to 12:30. Dr. Wainwright reached out to me and basically said that he wants to hear from our students with everything going on around us with the pandemic, with the social justice movement, with just so many things, even with our upcoming elections. And there's just a lot of things that students are having to deal with at this time. We as a college want to make sure that we are always available to hear from you on any concerns that you may have related to Northshore. And if there's any way that we can support you, we want to do that. So make sure that you guys are promoting this event. Students should have received the email with the flyer on yesterday. We're going to be blasting out some reminders, also blasting it on social media. Any students that have questions, feel free to email those questions to me by next Wednesday. And then we will ask as many questions as we can during that conversation with Dr. Wainwright. If we're able to address all of the questions that were submitted early, then we will also have some live questions on the call if we have the time to do that. Okay, so be sure that you keep that in mind. And then last, we are going to start launching our success series. For those of you who are with us in the spring, when we went out for COVID, we started doing these success series videos to just keep students encouraged and engaged throughout the process. We're going to launch that again here soon. The first session is going to be October 7th. It will be very similar to this, where it will be a live interactive presentation, but this is the full schedule of those topics and events that will be going on at that time. And our success coaches at our Lacombe and CTS location will be hosting those workshops and that presenting that information. We will also have a web page that will have all of the success tips loaded to it. All of the videos will be there so that students can refer to them at any time. So you will be receiving more information and an official flyer on this event as well. So just wanted to share those items with you while we have you. And then we have a few more comments, Gabriel, from Miss, let's see.
Pulling up the chat now.
Let's see. From Gail Hydell, did a great job, useful information. And then Miss Alex said she loved the desk workout. And that first comment was actually, I said it was Dr. Lita, but it was actually Miss Lizanne Colgrove from Lacombe who said that your presentation was complete and covered all areas. So Lizanne and Lizette, that got me confused right there. But
well, thank y'all so much for y'all's feedback. I really appreciate it, and I enjoyed it. I had fun myself doing the exercises, and I just, I really want to stress that exercising, eating right, and sleeping properly is critical, especially for a college student, and maintaining grades. And if you're balancing any kind of weight on your shoulders at all, you have to do those three things. You have to eat right, sleep right, and exercise.
And like I always say, all of that. And Dr. Leader said, I also think it was a great presentation.
Well, thanks, Dr. Leader.
But, Jessica, thanks for the desk tips. So you're getting a lot of shout outs for those desk tips. But as I always tie this into your mental and emotional health, all of these things connect to our mental and our emotional health. And so making sure that we take care of our bodies in every aspect will also pour into our emotional and mental well-being also. And that is really what helps us to function and to function in our right space. So always keep that in mind. We have to take ownership and responsibility for taking care of ourselves. We can't put that on anyone else. We have to make those right choices and take those hard steps sometimes to make sure that we're healthy and that we have longevity. And so thank you so much for the presentation, Gabriel. If there are no other questions or comments, we are going to go ahead and end the presentation. And I hope to see you guys at 3 o'clock for our last presentation for our Wellness Week. That one will be on mental health. So we're going to close out with mental health. And I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.